Hi, my name is Gail Gramlich, and we are all LFR Family, and this is Funny Right Hooks. Okay, so this is my second video. If you don't know what I'm doing here, like I'm not Van, ha ha. I am part of the Van family. He's my coach. I adore him. He's changed my life. He helped me with YouTube so much. And he asked me if I wanted to try doing political stuff on his channel. And I came up with this really fun idea because I did comedy for a really long time in my life, and I still do comedy. I know a lot of comedians out here in Los Angeles. Yes, I live in Los Angeles. No, I don't like it anymore. Yes, I am still here. And I think that's going to be the fun part. While I'm still here, which I don't see myself living here for very much longer, I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that's going on out here and how crazy it is. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take snippets from funny conservative channels and bring them to you for your viewing and listening pleasure. Doesn't that sound fun? Because life is crazy. We get a lot of heavy news every day, especially in politics. And I just want to make it light and fluffy. We need to laugh and we need to release some of that toxic stuff that we stuff down when we overthink the things that are going on in the world. Okay, so I'm Gail Gramlich. I'm really blessed to be here. And I'm in my bartending clothes are kind of under this. I have a gig today and a gig tomorrow. So I'm trying to just get some of this stuff recorded so that I can feel good and know that I'm doing what I need to do for Van. Okay, so let's get into the clips. For this first clip, it's on Gutfeld. This black lesbian goes to this town hall and she basically asks this woke liberal politician, what is a woman? And she wants her rights to be protected, all kinds of good stuff. His name is Anthony Weiner and her last name is Hyman. So you can basically see where this is going, but it is a cute little clip. Kennedy, take it away.
Kennedy, you know what strikes me about all that whole exchange is not only how strong she is, but how incredibly weak he is. And he's running for Pelosi's seat, probably the only thing he's qualified for. I don't even know what that means. But you know what I'm saying. It's like he's awful and she's amazing.
Where Weiner meets Hyman.
Yes.
Sounds like my prom night, Greg.
You were just waiting for me to get to the end of my question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loaded in the chamber.
Yes.
She's been so patient.
Yes.
Out the
Why
gate.
didn't you call me and give me that for my monologue?
But you brought up something really...
Okay, so here's the thing. Everybody saw that clip. I didn't post that clip because I think it was really out there, and really the best part of the situation here was Kennedy's fire line that she just fired off to kick off that Gutfeld episode. What I think is so funny about that particular joke is that she was just sitting there just holding on to it, and he did look at her like, you didn't share that with me. Like, how dare you not share that with me? That was a good nugget. Anybody could have thought of that, though. I mean, I think it's a pretty basic premise, but still, it was cute to see her face. She just couldn't wait to fire it off, and you could tell that he was like, you didn't share that with me. So anyway, that was a very good first clip there. Cute, simple, and lovely. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Real quick, I'm going to just do like a little side thing here. It's about having a good joke like that and holding on to it, because when you do come up with something cute and funny, you hold it sacred, right? And that's what Kennedy was doing. She's like, I came up with this and it's funny and like it's mine, right? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a little story. A long time ago, I was dating Earl Skakel. He's a really good guy. His first cousin is RFK. That's a long story. He should be on Gutfeld for the simple fact that his first cousin is RFK, and because he's a great comedian and he's on the right, pretty much. I mean, I'll let him tell you that, but he's pretty much on the right. He's been watching Fox longer than I have. Anyway, a long time ago, I gave him this joke because he did a lot of obscure like music stuff, and he would do obscure movie references in his comedy. And so I watched the Hollywood Hall of Fame, like the Music Hall of Fame. Bono and Bruce Springsteen did a rendition of I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. And when I was watching it with him, I said, if these two haven't found what they're looking for, then the rest of us should just unalive ourselves. You know what I mean? But I said, like, what you say when you say unalive. I said, we should unalive ourselves if, like, these two haven't found what they're looking for. So he took the joke and he went to the Valley to a place we used to work our material. And the guy from Mike and Molly, that big dude, back then he hadn't, like, quite made it on Mike and Molly yet, but he was on his way. He was doing really well. He was, like, getting there. So I wasn't there that night. Earl tried the joke out. The Mike and Molly guy said to Earl, and I don't want to, like, knock him for this, but it made me feel so good. He said, Earl, that was the best joke you ever wrote. And it made me feel so good. I was like, oh my God, he said that? That's amazing. And I'm like, did you tell him I wrote it? He's like, hell no, I didn't tell him you wrote it. So that's the fun part. It's just like when you know you came up with a good nugget and you just want to hold it all to yourself. But for me, I don't mind that he didn't tell him that I wrote that joke, but I still tell that story because it makes me feel good that the Mike and Molly guy told Earl that the best joke he ever wrote was something I gave to him. I still think he should go on Gutfeld, though. He's open for Rob Schneider. Anyway, next clip. Thank you for letting me tell a little true story about my life. I appreciate that. Here's another true nugget. I've been bartending all night. I had to, like, take a break from filming and just had to go bartend in Pasadena, but I'm back and I have to bartend tomorrow too. So I just want to finish this video. I have a few more clips for you, maybe two. Okay, so in this clip, Gutfeld discusses how Jimmy Kimmel's wife sent out a 10-point email to her relatives last year describing why they need to not vote for Trump and why they need to vote for Kamala Harris. And most of them did not get back to her, and it really upset her to the point where it affected her during the holidays. And you really shouldn't let that's such a problem. You should not let your politics affect you during the holidays. Especially in my house, it's all mixed up, you know. My mother, she does not align with me politically, and she never, ever will. But she really is the sweetest thing. I adore her, but she just doesn't. And we scream at each other a lot, but we're always like, I love you, I love you, I love you. And that's how it should be. And whenever I tell people, you know, about my politics, I always just say, I love everybody, I love everybody, I love everybody, because there's so much hate and anger that we need to just remember. Sometimes we just don't agree, but we don't have to be like, you're stupid, you're Nazi, you're an idiot. We really need to get back to a place where we can just, like, talk about it or not talk about it, but not be so angry like we were 30 years ago. Remember when everybody just voted for whoever and it was fine? We need to get back to that. So anyway, Gutfeld talks to this guy, Guy Benson, about this topic. And Guy Benson, I don't know his comedy that well, but whenever I see the guy on Gutfeld, he's usually very sharp and very funny. So let's see what they have to say about this. This is about 1:40, so give it a second for the punches to come, but they're coming.
Say the truth, and she admitted. She goes, I think I need to be deprogrammed. That's a pretty big step.
She is the head writer of his show.
Yes, and producer.
That explains so much.
It does.
Doesn't it?
Imagine if you were a writer for that show, you would never disagree with the host. Never. You'd get fired.
They were on a podcast called We Can Do Hard Things. They can't even do easy things, like not breaking up with your whole family over politics. Like, that is a really disturbing thing, actually, to do.
Easy. Mm-hmm.
And she said in this very passive voice in this interview, quote, I hate that this has happened.
Yes.
No, you did it. Right? It hasn't happened. You've made choices, and you're the one who's actually nuts. Like, she complained that 90% of her family members, that she sent this email begging them how to vote her way. 90% of them did not respond at all. And she was lamenting this. I'm like, no, they are actually healthy people. That is the healthy response here, is to not write a lengthy diatribe in response. It's to say, oh, it's an email from Molly, delete.
Exactly. We get those. You delete them, you don't read them. Have you ever been, like, delisted for your positions?
Well, I would say that I have family members who strongly disagree and are probably somewhat horrified that I work here. But guess what? We don't. It's true.
Got everybody. He got everybody with that. See that? Like, look, Kat's cracking up. Jillian Michaels, like, even when I heard that, when I heard him say that, like, slightly horrified that I work here, I was like, what? I love that guy. So I thought that was so funny. Let's hear it one more time, because that was just so damn funny. It was just so sharp.
From Molly, delete.
Exactly. We get those. You delete them. You don't read them. Have you ever been like delisted for your positions?
Well, I would say that I have family members who strongly disagree and are probably somewhat horrified that I work here. But guess what?
It's just so good.
It's true. But we don't talk about it. I think that they're like way off the deep end on other things. And we just make a point not to go down that route because we want to remain friendly and loving like family members should be. I think that is
That's how it
healthy
should
thing.
be.
She realizes that she's not healthy. She said, I'm angry all the time. It's not healthy.
That's so
You're
bad.
making a choice to stay angry. It's sort of actually sad.
No, it is. You know, I got to ask you, Jillian, because I didn't know anything about your politics at all. And I think
I'm just going to let this ride because I actually was going to do a Jillian Michael clip, and I really like what she has to say as well. But Guy Benson did great there. He's very funny.
came to you relatively later and recent in life. So you must have disappointed people. Do they no longer speak to you?
There are several. There are.
Yeah.
But, you know, in watching her diatribe there, you know, she says she's angry all the time, and I believe her.
Yeah.
She's made that very clear. But she also goes on to talk about how we're all so misinformed and how much she cares about family values. And I just wonder, are you informed on what happens to a child when you give them off-label cancer drugs, gender dysphoria? They're permanently sterilized. They have sexual dysfunction for the rest of their lives. Are you informed?
Get it,
what
Jillian.
happens when borders are open? The ways in which cartels traffic children. We lost 250,000 of them under Biden. Did you know? Are you informed what happens? And this will be my last one, but I could go on and on at this Thanksgiving dinner. What happens when you put a male athlete in a boxing ring with a female athlete? They get their faces punched in. We all watched it during the Olympics. So if we're the ones that are misinformed, that's horrifying because this is what you are voting for. I'm sorry.
You know what's you make a great point. You can clap. Go ahead, clap. No, but you know what you're
Okay, we're going to stop there. First of all, I love Jillian Michaels. I always love that show, The Biggest Loser. I loved that show. I had all of her DVDs. I've worked out with her. She's tough and she has the heart of gold. If you ever seen that show, she just was always just very loving and sweet and amazing and would be there for those people that are trying to lose weight and everything. She was just like right up in there. She would get to the heart of why they were overweight. You know, she's just such a great person. I know that wasn't really hilarious, but I did want to let Jillian get in there too, because when I did watch that clip earlier, it gave me goosebumps. She's such a good person and she just makes me feel. So yeah, that wasn't hilarious with Jillian Michaels, but I do think she's really funny. And she said something later on in the show. I'll just tell you what she said that was funny. Trump was doing there's some building that he wanted named after him, and they asked her how she felt about it. She's like, does he watch the show? I hear he watches the show. They're like, yeah, he watches. And she's like, I think it's a great idea. So I thought that was really, really cute. That's the end of my clip there. I really love Jilly. Guy Benson, hilarious. Let's keep it moving. On the topic of Jimmy Kimmel's wife writing to her family and doing a whole 10-point email, reminded me of how I bombarded Van, the leader of LFR Family, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Van Hall. When I was out of town for a little bit and I sent him an email, it was really long, and he was like, oh my God, this is so long, I'm still reading it. And then I thought, oh my God, I hope I'm not annoying him. You know, I hope I didn't blow this, you know, but he's giving me this great shot to do this, to work with you guys, to bring the funny and just to do what I love. I love comedy and I love politics. And the fact that I get to mix them up and bring them to you guys is such an honor and a gift. And I couldn't be more excited. So on that, I'm out, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to LFR Family and to Go See Gail. That's a music channel if you're into it, but like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for pulling up. That's what Van says. And we'll see you on the next one.
We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have, trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing, we have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.